Hello again. All right, so we have Under the Lemon Moon today. We should have a summary on the inside. Or I have a summary right here. Rosalinda discovers the night man stealing lemons from her lemon tree and later sees him selling the lemons. The tree gets sick, but a wise old woman tells Rosalinda how to heal it. Soon the tree is full of lemons, which Rosalinda shares. She gives one to the night man so he can plant the seeds and grow his own lemons to help feed his family. So, this book, I think is going to be really nice. Did you ever have someone take something that belongs to you before? I know I have. My sister used to go in my closet and take my clothes all the time. How do you think that... Sorry, backtrack. In this story, someone steals lemons from a young girl's lemon tree. How do you think she feels about that? Someone stealing from her. I would be pretty mad, personally. Let's read to find out what happens in this book. Deep in the night, Rosalinda heard noises. Shh, shh, snap. What is that? She wondered, slipping from her bed. She peeked out past Mama's garden with its papa clothes scarecrow, and past the wash line. Way back by the lemon tree, something was moving. Heart thumping, Rosalinda crept to the doorway. Blanca, her pet hen, fluttered down from the rafters. Buck, 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 rocked Blanca. Kst, shushed Rosalinda. The lemon wedge moon gave only a silver sliver of a light. She waited for her eyes to grow used to the darkness. Then she saw branches shaking in the shadows. Rosalinda looked harder. A man with hunched shoulders was stuffing lemons into a cloth sack. Her lemons, from her tree. With Blanca under her arms, Rosalinda slipped out and hid behind the scarecrow. Who is this night man? Why does he take my lemons? She wondered. Squawk! Blanca flew to the scarecrow's head. Rosalinda wobbled its stiff arms. Aye, cried the night man. He grabbed the sack and fled. I wonder why the man is taking lemons from a tree that doesn't belong to him. That's what I wonder. I made a little note. In the morning, Rosalinda touched the stump of a broken branch. Not a single lemon was left on the whole tree. A tear slid down her cheek. Oi, mi arbolito, my little tree. Rosalinda crooned a sad song as Blanca rocked along. She loved her lemon tree almost as much as she loved Blanca. Why, Blanca? Why did he do this? Rosalinda asked, clutching a bundle of twigs. Blanca's feathers drooped. The author does not tell us how Rosalinda feels. Instead, she tells us what Rosalinda does. How does Rosalinda feel right now? What do you think? How does she feel? I think she's pretty upset. By the end of the week, many leaves of the lemon tree were yellow. Some had fallen. Rosalinda's worries got bigger. First the night man, now her tree was sick. After breakfast, Rosalinda listened to the thrum-thrum of Mama's loom. I must do something, Rosalinda told her parents. Perhaps someone we know can help, Mama suggested, smoothing Rosalinda's long hair. A neighbor or friend, or your abuela, added Papa with a hug. He turned back to his workbench. Rosalinda set out. My tree is sick. What should I do? Rosalinda asked her neighbor, Esmeralda. I talked to my plants, said Esmeralda, tending her lush flower garden. I did that, thought Rosalinda. Aloud, she said, Gracias. She caught up with Senor Rodolfo, her friend of few words. My tree is sick. What should I do? She asked. Much water, he said, headed for the nearby mercado. The marketplace? I did that, thought Rosalinda. She remembered the heavy buckets of water she had lugged to her tree. Aloud she said, Gracias. When Rosalinda arrived at her grandmother's house, Abuela was sitting on her porch in the morning sun. Rosalinda settled in close to her, watching Abuela's knitting needles flash. What should I do for my tree, Abuela? It will take time for your tree to heal, mi hija, she said. I will light a candle for you. I haven't done that, thought Rosalinda. Aloud she said, Gracias, abuelita. Abuela eased the worries from Rosalinda's forehead with her warm hand. The candle will help, Rosalita, Abuela said quietly. Perhaps it will summon La Anciana, the old one. She helps things grow. Everyone had heard rumors of La Anciana, of her powers of bringing rain and making crops grow and strong and tall. Tell me again, Abuela, said Rosalita. For many years of full moons, Abuela began, it had been said there lives an old wise woman with gentle eyes. She walks the countryside, helping things grow. Where can I find her? Asked Rosalita. No one knows, but they say La Anciana will come when she is needed. Rosalita thought hard. I need you. Please come, Anciana. All day and all night Rosalita waited for La Anciana, but she did not come. Rosalita has a problem. She needs to heal her sick lemon tree. Lock that part in your brain. Be back by sundown, called Papa, as Rosalita and Blanca left the house early the next morning. Rosalita waved. She walked and walked, searching. Blanca bucked at her heels. Everywhere they were. Rosalita called, Anciana, Anciana. La Anciana did not answer. Maybe she isn't real, Rosalita said to Blanca. Pobronk, plunked the hen, as if she understood. As the sun slipped down the sky, Rosalita told Blanca, We must go home. They circled back through the mercado and its colorful stalls and busy shoppers. Then Rosalita stopped. Limones, said a sign in the last stall. Behind a man, a woman rocked a baby. Their two small children played nearby with pebbles. Rosalita knew this man with hunched shoulders who was selling lemons. He was the night man, and the lemons were hers. Rosalita shivered. She and Blanca ducked behind a stall lined with bright marionettes. It's the night man, with lemons for my tree. Where are you, Anciana? Stammered Rosalita. She stroked her quivering hen's soft feathers. I am here, came a low, sweet voice. Rosalita jumped. Before her stood a woman with silvery hair. Her wrinkles were deep, her eyes gentle. Rosalita knew. Filled with wonder, she couldn't speak. You have looked far from me, Rosalita, the woman said. Tell me. Bloom listened to Rosalita whisper her story. To take your lemons was wrong, La Anciana murmured. Perhaps he had a need. From her flowing sleeve, La Anciana pulled a strong branch with its tiny buds. Mira, watch, said La Anciana. Recuerde, remember. The moon will be full tonight. Rosalita listened with her heart in mind as La Anciana spoke of how to heal the lemon tree. My little sticky note says, La Anciana says it was wrong for the night man to take the lemons, but perhaps he has a need. What need might he have? What need might you have if you need a lemon from a lemon tree? Think about that. That night, Rosalanda crept outside under the lemon moon. She closed her eyes. Mira y recuerda. Watch and remember. Rosalita tore an old rag into strips. She held the Anciana's branch against the stump of the broken branch of her lemon tree. They fit as naturally as a fat lemon fit in Rosalita's cupped hands. Round and round she pulled the ribbon of cloth, binding the two branches until they held as one. Moonbeams poured over the silky tree, making yellow leaves look silver. Tired, Rosalita curled up under the tree and dozed. She woke with a start when Blanca barked. Rosalita rubbed her eyes, astonished. Her tree glowed golden in the night, dripping with lemons as big as around and as baby moons. Arms wide, Rosalita danced around the shimmering lemon tree. Blanca followed, wings aflutter. It says, look at that. The tree is full of beautiful big lemons, as round as baby moon. So maybe as round as the moon right there. The next morning, Rosalita told Blanca, I know what to do. She piled fat yellow lemons into a wooden cart. Blanca perched on the lemon pyramid. Off they went together. Friends and neighbors greeted her on the way. One by one, Rosalita gave away the amazing lemons. Que grandes, how big! Gracias, said Esmeralda. Hermosos, said Senor Rodolfo. Lovely. Que jugosos, how juicy. Gracias, said Abuela. When Rosalita had given away all but one of her lemons, she headed for the last stall of the mercado. Rosalita stared at the night man as he stared back. Then her warm hand touched his cold, rough hand, and she gave him her last fat lemon. Lo siento, I am sorry, the man lowered his eyes. Rosalita found her voice. Siempre las semillas. Plant the seeds, she told him. Do it tonight while the moon is still full. The man was quiet. He tilted his head toward his family with their worn clothes and hungry faces. For you and for them, said Rosalita. I will do as you tell me, he said. Rosalita smiled. With a puck-puck, Blanca's foot flapped into the little cart for the ride back home. She settled in, content. Rosalita felt content too. Except for one fat hen, Rosalita's cart was empty, but her heart was full as a lemon moon. What do you think about the ending of this? She gave her last lemon to the man that stole her lemon. What do you think about that? I think it takes a very strong person to be kind to someone that's mean to you. And I thought that was a great way to show kindness because not everyone is always kind to you, but you can be kind to them, and kindness is contagious, right? So here are our books that we've read so far. And continue with your work today. Good job.